Ladies and gentlemen, today's episode of 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave, it's here. Yes, you thought maybe it was going to be something different, didn't you? Well, no, today is a day off for me at the House of the Mouse, and I am here with you, my favorite people in the world, except for my family. They are the favorites. Okay, you're 1 1/4, okay? But yeah, you guys are great. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here with me. My name is Dave. I have gray hair. I have a gray beard. I also wear glasses like the guy in the artwork. And today I'm wearing a t-shirt with a little logo on it called 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. Would you be interested in wearing one of these for free? I'll pay for the t-shirt. I'll pay for the shipping. Send me an email or a voicemail through my website, the number 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. Let me know your name, that you're interested, and I'll send you either a t-shirt if you give me your size and whether it's male or female, and maybe also a keychain or just a keychain if that's something you're interested in, or a couple of keychains. I like the keychains. I think they're really cool, but these t-shirts, man, I swear, they are the most comfortable t-shirts I've ever owned. And I have had my share of t-shirts in my time. Who among us has not, right? Well, here we go. Again, like I said, this is episode number 97. 3 to go. 3 to go. And I still haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to talk about. I may binge all of my own recordings or go back and look at the show notes to see what might have interested you most and go on with that. Or is there something you want to hear from me or you would like me to talk about? And I know I talk about music a lot. I also give you these stats about TV shows and movies and songs of the year that I'm talking about, which today is 1979. And I find that interesting, but what do you find interesting? Is there something about this show that makes you keep listening? And if there is, I'd really like to know what it is, Is it the relationships? Is it the work that I've done? What is it? The shows I like, the music I like? Or is it just the fact that you like to sit back and listen to nonsense for 10 or 15 minutes a day? I'd like to know. I'm curious. I am. Again, if you leave me a message at 5minuteswithgrayhairdave.com, I'd like to know what it is that you like about the show. Is there something you'd like to see changed? Is there something that you would really like to hear me talk about? Or is it, a friend of mine who used to be a girlfriend and is now my best friend, she's a dance teacher now. She owned a dance studio for years and years and years. And I helped her with that when we were together and even after we were together. But she has since sold that business to one of her teachers who was doing a fantastic job. Has changed things to make it her style, which is the way it should be. But they have a recital every year. And this past weekend, because it was Memorial Day weekend, that my friend has been having that show on Memorial weekend on Sunday ever since the beginning. And the girl who took over is continuing on with that tradition. And she showed me some pictures. She sent some pictures, put them online. And, text me back and forth about what was going on that day, because I used to help her with the recitals. I used to be her stage manager, her host once in a while. I was the showrunner during the show, queuing up lights and sound for her and basically keeping control of things. But now it's somebody else's job. And I'm happy that they're having a good time with it. I really, really am. Do I miss those things? Some days I really, really do miss being around that kind of action and that kind of thing going on because it was fun. It was something different completely, and it was creative. And a podcast is a creative outlet too that I really really enjoy and I really like, and this is something I'm going to continue on doing. I believe that you might think that I'm a creative too. I don't know if my brother does or not, but when we were doing Poetry of Christian Faith, he was the creative. I was just the conduit to try and get more of his words out to the public. So, anyways, let's talk a little bit about 1979. In 1979, I was dating my first wife, and we were having a good time. And like I said yesterday, she was very, very understanding of my shifts, and of my schedule. And she went along with it until I quit, until she and my parents talked me into retiring from there after being at the paper mill for 10 years. And smartest move we ever made. And we left Michigan and went to Kansas City. And that was a great move too. But we'll talk more about Kansas City as time goes by. And I think you're going to enjoy the Kansas City times of my life. And what happens and the things that go on in a person's life when big changes happen. And that was a big change, moving from Michigan to Kansas City. Geez, that's a big thing. But I was going to talk a little bit more today about TV shows in the 1979 and 80. Do you know if 60 Minutes was the number one show? And Three's Company was next at number 2, and That's Incredible was 3. Alice and MASH were tied for number 4. MASH was that show went for years and was a phenomenal show. Dallas was on. Do you guys remember Dallas? That was the first in what I would consider primetime soap opera, which created more primetime soap operas like Dynasty, Beverly Hills 90210, Melrose Place, those types of shows where it was an entourage and you got into everybody's lives. And everybody was in everybody else's life. Some of the other shows that were still out there was One Day at a Time, Dukes of Hazzard. We all remember that car from Dukes of Hazzard. We also remember Daisy Duke cut off shorts on the girls back then. Happy Days was out there. Chips, Charlie's Angels, WKRP in Cincinnati. That was a fun show. I like that one. Benson was out there. Love Boat. The TV show Soap. Mork and Mindy. That was the first time we all got a chance to seriously discuss with our friends Robin Williams, who is and was a comic genius. Just a comic, utter genius. We miss you, Robin Williams. We really do. As a culture, we still need you. He was a great comedian, but I also thought he was a fantastic dramatic actor. Moscow on the Hudson. Good Will Hunting. He was brilliant in those. He won an Oscar or a supporting actor, I think it was, for Good Will Hunting. He was an amazing, amazing talent that's gone forever. But luckily, we still have video. Every once in a while, it'll pop up in my YouTube feed, and I'll watch it. And darned if it don't come up, I'll just laugh when I'm thinking about Robin Williams. I really, excuse me, I really will just laugh. It's funny. So, what TV shows were you watching in '79 and early '80? I'm curious. I really am. Leave me a message. Let me know. We're running at about the right time for me to call it a day here with 5 minutes with Gray here, Dave. Again, I can't thank you enough for being here. You all are the reason I come back every day, and I'll be honest with you. Doesn't matter what kind of a mood I'm in. When I get started with this, my mood changes. I pep up. I'm happy. And then I stay happy for the rest of the day. Maybe I ought to do it on Saturday and Sunday too. I don't know. All I'm saying, folks, is you all have the ability to make me happier every day. I'm out here with you. So if you know somebody who doesn't know what a podcast is, doesn't know how to find one, doesn't know where they are, doesn't know how to download, play one, follow one, subscribe to one, do me a favor. Show them for me. So on behalf of myself, Dave, Gray Hair Dave, and all the other weirdos that are in my head, you all have a great day, and I will talk at you again tomorrow. Yes, I will. I promise. I'll be here. 5 minutes of Gray Hair Dave saying bye-bye.